Work. All right, we cooking with grease. What's up, everybody? It's Markia, aka the Money Plug, aka your credit specialist, favorite credit specialist. And if you're watching this on YouTube or Facebook or whatever, and it's not live, thanks for catching the replay. And if it is live, oh my God, I've missed y'all so much. I have not been live since the move to LA. So how are you guys? How's life? I know it's super late. But and it's so crazy because the reason I'm going live is not anything other than I'm getting really tired of fighting for my life and the comments of these YouTube videos. So I really want to have this discussion and leave it in a place where you guys can go back and watch it so that y'all can see how serious I am when I say that y'all gonna keep taking the advice of these random people on the internet and y'all can go to fuck to jail. There's literally no other way for me to say this for y'all to get it. There's literally no other way for me to put it, like, break it down, nothing. I'm sorry, TikTok. I don't know what's going on, so y'all can't see like my cute little setup that I normally have because I'm definitely going to be sharing my screen today, so I'll flip the camera around. But I even bought some more facts because YouTube sees one video and assume that I've never talked about this before. When if you guys follow me on TikTok, if you know that I've been talking about this for a while. I've spoken out about this for a while. I've spoken out about people who talk about this for a while. And like, I'm not new to this, I'm true to this. I would like to preface this with y'all can keep taking advice from people on YouTube who don't even have profile photos, let alone their certifications or any qualifications. And that's fine. I mean, do what you do, but at the end of the day, you cannot be upset when it don't go the way you think it's going to go, because I guarantee you that these people will have you in prison and will not feel bad about it at all. Whereas people who have these certifications, people who have certifications that have to follow a code of ethics in order to keep those certifications, we're not allowed to lie to you. We're not allowed to sit here and finesse and scam and things like that. And so it's more than our reputations. How we take care of our families and stuff is on the line by telling those lies and stuff like that. So I'm not sure why y'all insist on following people who have no code of ethics, who have nothing that binds them to telling the truth. But we're going to get into it today. So we're going to talk about your straw man, right? And look, I get it. The idea of having to pay debt back is scary, especially for a lot of you who have an enormous amount of debt. It's easier to live in this constant state of delusion to where if you say, I don't owe it, you don't owe it. I get it. I'm here for it, except I'm not. Because you can think that all you want, but at the end of the day, you owe this debt, right? At the end of the day, you signed these contracts. You was like, yeah, I'll pay this stuff back. You said you would be responsible for the balance that is owed, and you have not paid that debt. Period. There's no other way to say that. No amount of you telling people, right, that I don't want to pay this debt back, or I'm not going to pay this debt back, or I don't owe, that is not what's going to make this debt disappear. That is not going to make it so that it absolves you of the debt that you owe. And we're going to break it down a little bit. So first, let's talk about what the straw man theory is. For those of you who are not familiar, that the straw man theory is tied into a lot of the schemes that you see on FinTalk or whatever you want to call it here lately. And pretty much these are people who subscribe to the theory that a long time ago, America went bankrupt. And in order to cover their debt, they started using people as collateral, right? They started using people to pay off their debts. And because of this, your social security number is actually tied to a bank account with the Federal Reserve that you can actually tap into to pay your bills. This also leads into the people who believe that social security numbers are credit cards, as well as the people who believe that if you adopt your identity, or if you claim your straw man, then you no longer owe any of these debts. Now, I get it. Again, I understand the attraction of not having to pay debt. When you have debt that is owed and you don't have the money to pay it, of course, you're going to want to look for any and every excuse, reason, opportunity to not pay this debt because you don't want to pay it. But unfortunately, you're responsible for this debt. You cannot just say, I don't owe it. Or you can't say, oh, I don't owe it, my name owes it. That's not how any of this works. When you signed that contract, you agreed to pay it, so you owe it. So let's break it down a little bit more. So TikTok, again, I'll have to flip the screen around, but I want y'all to see something, right? Because I don't just be making this up. So for a while now, I've been saying that people who subscribe to the straw man theory are considered extremists, right? I had been saying that, the government has identified who these people are, what they believe in, and time again have specifically spoken out about why this doesn't work in the court, like in federal court, people who have appealed and all that other stuff, debt that they've owed or tried or prison, even using the straw man theory. It's been proven time and time again in court that this is a waste of court resources. They do not acknowledge it as an adequate defense because it has no grounds, right? Like there's no truth to anything that they're saying. So I'm gonna show y'all something. Let's put this camera around for y'all. Wow. Can y'all see that? Let me see. All right, bet. TikTok freezing. Uh-oh. I don't know why. Are we good to go, Ginger? Let me get a thumbs up or something in the comments if we good to go. I don't want to move on without y'all. I was told if they bought your debt, it's not your debt anymore since it was bought from the original. That's also not true. Let me go ahead and talk about that for a second before we get into this. So let me see. How do I take this down? Okay, let's talk about that for a second. And I know it looks really weird because y'all looking at my screen, but when they don't need your permission to sell your debt, I'm gonna go ahead and bust your bubble right then and there. They do not need permission to sell your debt. It is completely legal for them to sell your debt. When you sign that contract, you're telling these people like, hey, in the event that I don't sell this debt, you have the right to therefore find somebody else who can collect on the debt. I see the one that say TikTok freeze, and that's it. So you give them permission to sell your debt, and it's completely legal for them to do so. And if you don't believe me, please pull up the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act, which is a part of protection. It outlines what debt collectors are and are not allowed to do, including how like the legal and illegal purchase or sale of a debt, not being able to harass you, things that they're not allowed to say on the phone, Yes, the purple book did turn blue. I don't have any hard copies, but I do have an updated version in the Facebook group if you guys need a copy. And what they're referring to is they're talking about the Fair Credit Reporting Act. It actually comes in a book form, and the old book was purple, but the newest book is blue. So if you are downloading a copy of the Fair Credit Reporting Act to do your own research, please, please, please look for the blue copy. Now let's get into this, right? So this right here is something that I believe every single person who has ever jumped in my YouTube comments, and trust me, we get ready to go to them in a second. Y'all need to read this because this talks about sovereign citizens and what they truly believe in and why like they're considered on the extreme list, right? If you're looking for a copy of the FCRA, you can literally just Google Fair Credit Reporting Act and like the most recent one, 2023, I guess you can search, or 2022, and it should pop up. Now, the program on extremism at George Washington University provides analysis to violent and nonviolent extremism. The program spearheads innovative and thoughtful academic inquiry, producing empirical work that strengthens extremism research as a distinct field of study. The program aims to develop pragmatic policy solutions that resonate with policymakers, civic leaders, and the general public. So pretty much what this do, right? I don't see no Pepsi. Oh, you know, that's a whole nother story. Yeah, we definitely got to catch up, y'all. But what this is this program that George Washington University does, their whole goal is to break down extremist activities in the United States and how they use social media to grow. Why is this moving? And that's so creepy. Hold on, y'all. I don't know why that's moving and that's so creepy. Oh, that just scared the hell out of me. Hold on. Oh, man. Let me see. Whoa. All right, now it's a little loose. There we go. Boom. All right, bet. Now we cooked. All right. Now, the most fundamental tenet of the sovereign movement is an alternative version of American history that roughly accords with the outline given below, along with a set of alternative laws that extend from that history. So remember when I said that they believed that the American government went bankrupt a long time ago, and so they used people as collateral, right? That's what everybody's saying, that the reason why the reason why money isn't real, or like, and I'm gonna get into my YouTube comments in a second because y'all really got to see how unhinged these fucking people are to really believe that money isn't real. It's a fake concept, and people are the money or the monetary value in the United States. Not all sovereigns understand, subscribe to, or care about, every single one of these points. Let's be clear. But this broad narrative is fairly common within the movement. This understanding of history undergirds sovereign ideological beliefs about legal powers and privileges, even if those invoking those powers and privileges are unfamiliar with from where they came, right? There's no like Bible or anything that sovereign people subscribe to other than like I know a lot of people refer to like the Black Law Dictionary or something like that. But there's no like definitive sovereign texts. Just a bunch of people pooling together a bunch of different things to try to force their point across. Now, while most sovereigns have erroneous beliefs about the founding fathers and the early history of the United States, the most useful starting point for understanding the movement's alternate history is the adoption of the 14th Amendment in 1868. The 14th Amendment, which guaranteed citizenship to slaves freed after the Civil War, states that all persons born or naturalized in the United States and subject to the jurisdiction thereof are citizens of the United States and of the state wherein they reside. Most sovereign citizens believe this amendment created a form of second-class citizenship, less empowered and more subject to the federal government, which is seen as distinct from the state-centered form of citizenship articulated in the Constitution. 14th Amendment citizens are seen by sovereigns as inferior, limited, or in some more extreme views as slaves. So like, and again, I'm going to show you all these YouTube comments because people have been calling me a slave or like I'm some secret agent from the government. First of all, they don't fucking pay enough for me to be a slave. Let's be absolutely clear. They didn't pay enough. That's why I got the hell out the military. But like these people pretty much believe in this alternate universe that exists within America, that everybody else is slaves, but because they've identified, adopted, claimed their straw man, they are no longer slaves. They are the true people and the true power of the country, right? And when I say, now they also talk about common law and commercial law, the differences between the two, how they are no longer bound to like regular law. They only subscribe to commercial law. No, for real. They swear I'm an agent of white supremacy. Like, it's scary how like unhinged these people are. Like, I'm telling you, I'm going to actually post this. I'm going to post this in my Facebook group. The name of the Facebook group is scrolling at the bottom. If you've been reading it, it's plugged in the Credit Clubhouse. But this literally goes on and on about every single tenet of sovereignty, the fictitious person, declaration of sovereignty, redemption, or how to redeem yourself, or redeem the money that is owed to you. And this goes on and on and on. And I mean, they address every single thing that I've heard when it comes to sovereign citizens and what they believe in and why they are the truth and I'm some secret agent or whatever. But you know, even then, people didn't believe me. Now, mind you, I've broken this down in multiple videos, piece by piece. See you later, Ginger. I've broken this video down piece by piece. Like, where you from? What did I got to do? I'm from Baltimore. What they got to do with anything? I don't know. Anyway, but I've broken this down multiple times and y'all never believe me. And one of the common questions, and I can't wait till this lady who just commented on my TikTok see this today. I mean, not my TikTok, my YouTube today see this, because they asked me like, well, if it's so illegal, how come people not going to jail? Baby girl, yeah, they are. Yeah, they are. First of all, let's be very clear. They are going to jail. I did a Instagram video that did like 16,000 views almost. Or was it TikTok? It was one of the two. And it was talking about a case in Oklahoma City where a woman who used CPNs went to jail. And then somebody tried to tell me it was because she didn't claim her sovereignty. And then when we opened up the case, like they even said like she couldn't claim her sovereignty because it don't mean nothing in the court of law. But that's a whole nother conversation. Anyway, now this came directly from the government. This came directly from the U.S. Department of Justice. I did not pull this out my ass. I promise. I got this from somewhere. So the following is a list of documents that some sovereign citizens misuse or fraudulently create to further criminal schemes. So these are all the forms that everybody is in my TikTok comments telling you guys to fill out so that you can claim your money or whatever the case may be. And guess what's on here? 1099s. Here's a 1099A. Here's a 1099B. They don't talk about 1099Cs because that is a relatively newer form of tax fraud, which is exactly what it is. The 1099C is something that is sent out by creditors when you owe them money. And that's when they not necessarily cancel your obligation to pay, but what they do is they cancel their obligation to pay taxes on the debt that you never paid. That passes the obligation to pay the taxes on that debt to you because the money never left your household. So technically that's considered income. That does not absolve you of the debt that you owe. It just means, look, we're not paying taxes on money we never got, just so we're clear. That's what that means. Now, you typically get one of those after your debt has been charged off, and it's usually prior to them selling it to a debt collection company or anything like that. And I've only ever seen this come from the original creditor, or if you settled a debt in collections, and the amount that you settled for was greater than, I believe it's $600, then you'll get one of these for the amount that was forgiven. And it's not just with collections. You can get it with a charge off too if you settle like that. But that's typically the only time I see it with a collection. Hold on. Somebody had a question on TikTok. Can I reach out to the lawyer to settle if I get a suit for a $600 credit card debt? Absolutely. Now, if you're reaching out to a lawyer, if it's in collections, like if it's reporting to the credit bureaus as a collection, then what you can try to do is negotiate something that is known as a pay to delete. Don't say pay to delete because they're tired of hearing it when you guys call. What you're going to want to say is you're going to say, hey, listen, in exchange for either a portion of or all of the money that I owe you guys, can you remove this from my credit report or cease reporting to the credit bureaus? That's what you want to say. Now, if it's a charge off, they're not going to do it. They have something known as an obligation or a duty to report. But if it's a collection, it's up to them. They can choose whether or not they want to report or not. So, but again, this is a complete list of the documents that people who subscribe to the whole Strawman sovereign citizen thing tell you to fill out. Now, the green is how it's supposed to be filled out. Over here is how they're filling it out to tell you to claim this fake ass money that you owe. Now, UCC through these YouTube and TikTok comments, there's a lot of people telling me, well, you got to fill out these UCCs. You don't know nothing about the commercial code. Da, 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 da. Yes, I do. And I have exact, here he go. 15 USC 3123. Look, y'all, we got one. Let me tell y'all something. If there's nothing that you can say to me that is going to change my mind, I am a certified financial education instructor. This is literally my job. I am bound professionally to tell you motherfuckers the truth. I have no reason to lie to you. I promise I don't. I get nothing out of it. Right? But these people who are trying to get y'all to subscribe and do all this other shit, they get a lot out of it. You know what they get? One, they get a test dummy to try this out. Now, if it works, cool. You don't get caught, crazy. And then that's another thing I really want to bring up. They talk about, well, if it's illegal, why they not in jail? So every person in your life who committed a crime got caught. Let's be real. But y'all talking about the crimes that y'all commit on social media and telling people exactly how y'all got it done, that's going to get you caught. Y'all know Bobby Smurder got locked up off a song, right? Oh, all right. I was just checking. Anyway, here's some more documents that they try to get you guys to fill out and claim money that don't belong to you, property that don't belong to you, or try to claim some identity that's supposed to unlock all these secrets and shit in America. When I tell you guys that there's nothing that y'all can say to me about this that I don't have an answer for, I promise you, there is nothing that you can say to me that is going to convince me that anything that y'all saying is the truth. Now, here is a list of the crimes and the crimes you will be charged with and the maximum penalty for each crime. Counterfeit coins or bars. Now, obviously, all of these depend on which type of fraud and what action you're taking in regards to sovereignty. These are just some of the things that they have been charged. People have been charged with who are subscribing to this. The biggest ones that I typically see with what you guys are doing with the 1099s is wire fraud, bank fraud, filing false tax returns, willful failure to collect or pay tax, attempt to evade or defeat tax. And I think that's it. And maybe mail fraud. I see that a lot too. But listen, 20 to 30 years, $1 million, 20 to 30 years plus $1 million, 30 years plus $1 million. Y'all really out here playing with football numbers. So y'all can avoid paying a $600 credit card because y'all don't want to be stuck with a $12,000 card that make it make sense. Y'all refuse to accept responsibility for the things that you put on yourself. And instead, you are falling victim to these schemes and these scams. You know, we read history and watch history movies, but no words is recorded from those people. So again, there's nothing that y'all can say to me that's going to make me soften my stance. There's nothing that y'all going to say to me that is going to make me change my mind, change like nothing. Absolutely nothing. I know what the law says. Is it fair? Absolutely not. Is it racist? Absolutely. The system is operating exactly as designed because it was never designed for Black people to succeed in the first place. However, that does not give us the right to therefore make up our own situations, laws, and standards, and then tell everybody else to follow it. That's not how this shit works. If you truly want to affect change, then you got to understand the actual law. And what the actual law states is that what you all are doing is illegal. And I would think that y'all would be appreciative that there is someone who's trying to break it down for you, and not only break it down for you, but give you the tools and the resources necessary for you to overcome these hurdles legally. You don't have to keep looking over your shoulder. You won't have to keep checking and making sure that nobody's coming after you. You get what I'm saying? But no, y'all are hell-bent on doing everything possible to get the easiest way out. And that just doesn't make sense to me. But okay, that's fine. we're gonna stop that. And I'm gonna literally, I am going to, where is that? Right here. I'm literally going to answer every comment on this video. Every comment that I got on this video, yo, I'm going to respond to. So this video, and you know what, y'all, let me turn it up so y'all can hear. Hold up. Hello? Okay, there's no feedback. Y'all gotta check this out. So this is a video that is also on TikTok, but it has been blowing up consistently on YouTube. So check it out. Comment on social media, and let's be clear, what this man did is definitely a crime. What's up, everybody? It's Markia, aka the Money Plug. Number one, the 1099-C is an IRS form, meaning the IRS dictates who fills this form out and when it's acceptable to fill this form. The IRS is a government entity. So if you knowingly fill out false information, submit it, and receive money based on the false information, that is a crime. If you go to the IRS.gov website, it specifically states that a 1099-C can only be filled out by an applicable financial entity after an identifiable event. It does not matter if you're operating in or out of a trust, and it does not matter whether or not you have a beneficiary for that trust. You are not an applicable financial entity, even if you consider yourself the creditor. Instead of hearing people tell you the law, you guys should definitely go read it yourself. But we can argue in the comments. And argue I did. Let's be really, really clear. So let's look at, all right, let me make sure everybody can still see it. We still here? Yeah, y'all can still see it. So let's look at this first comment. The IRS is not a government agency. It's a privately owned company. So is the Federal Reserve. Huh, that's funny because is the IRS a government agency? Oh, look. Let's see what this says. On the IRS website, the IRS is a bureau of the Department of the Treasury and one of the world's most efficient tax administrators. Department of the Treasury sounds like a government fucking agency to me, doesn't it? All right, that was cool. Next question. But like, I don't understand how y'all can sit here with your whole chest and say these things when you can literally Google the answers. That's how I know that you all are being purposefully obtuse. You all are purposefully choosing not to believe like the actual truth. You want to live in this constant state of delusion because it is easier for you. Because if you believe that you don't owe it, you don't owe it, right? That's not how manifestation works, just so we're clear. All right. So there was literally 44 replies to this. 44 replies. I literally said it's literally the Bureau of the Department of Treasury. It's an affiliate company of the United States of America. What makes you think that we the people are not financial agents and our business lives aren't agencies? We are equipped with the same titling documents. Yo, shut up. I don't even know how else to say this nicely. I don't know how else to like I'm getting so frustrated with the misinformation that you all are spewing in these comments. Shut up. You and all 28 people who like this fucking comment can go to hell. Absolutely. Because that is not true. That is false. It's literally a bureau of the Department of Treasury. You're arguing with sovereign citizens can't use facts against that insanity. No, and you're a lawyer. Seriously. Like this is getting so bad, like the DMs and the emails and all this stuff. Like I was literally going back and forth. A debtor is not an applicable. I had to tell him that a debtor is not an applicable financial entity by definition. Oh, not you doubling down. I play way too much. Correct. It's a private company, and so is Federal Reserve. They are not federal agencies. They are listed in the business section in a phone book. You can even look it up. So good job. Crazy how y'all keep listening to people with no profile photo on YouTube, but y'all go for it. She's an agent. I promise they're not paying me enough to be an agent. Let's just start there. Somebody said, yes, I would say you are correct about the 1099-C. It's not a way to pay off or discharge a debt. It is to cancel a debt. So let me talk about that for a second. So when you say, matter of fact, I can actually turn this around. You guys don't got to keep looking at that. That's kind of weird that y'all looking at the comments on TikTok. Sorry, I'll fix it. But okay, so a 1099 is a debt cancellation form, but it's not for a debtor to cancel your own debt. You owe it. You can't cancel your own debt. If that was the case, nobody would owe debt. If that was the case, everybody would be debt-free. That's not how that works. Only an applicable financial entity, that is the creditor, can cancel a debt that you owe to them. And even then, you guys don't really understand what it's canceling. What this form does is that it cancels that company's obligation to pay taxes on the money that you all owe them. It doesn't absolve you of any debt, and it doesn't mean that the debt no longer exists. The debt still exists and you still owe. And if you decided to pay the debt, then they would then pay taxes on that debt. However, until you pay on that debt, they will not pay taxes on it. That's what that means. And they're going to charge you taxes for the money that never left your household because it is now considered income. That is what that form means. You cannot send in a 1099-C to somebody that you owe and be like, oh, this means I don't owe you no more. Because is it crack you smoke? Like, I'm not even understanding how y'all thought that shit worked. Anyway, let's go to the next one. Are you familiar with Strawman? And I don't know how to pronounce that. The Sestui V, blah, blah, blah. Trust the government opens in your name when your birth is registered with your birth certificate and social security number. So what this person is referring to is one of the common myths of the Strawman theory is that when you are born, right, if you look at your birth certificate, you'll notice that your name is in capital letters. And they say that your capital letters on your birth certificate is one thing and your actual physical being is another thing. That's your Strawman. This is your physical person. And they're saying that any debt or anything that is incurred under your Strawman that don't belong to you, because that's not you, that's that straw man, right? And they're also saying that when you are born, that bank account is created that's tied to your social, and you can pay your bills, buy stuff, whatever with that number, with your social. That is incorrect. Y'all gonna keep doing this and go to fuck the jail. I've done multiple videos on TikTok specifically that may have been shared to YouTube where even the Federal Reserve has come out like, bro, chill. Like, I get like, can you stop telling people that y'all got bank accounts here? Because that's not how none of this shit works. And then you see the videos of people who are like buying stuff on Amazon, and then like they'll put there's something to pay, and then their orders get canceled. Like, okay, their orders get canceled because those accounts don't exist. Yeah, the order will go through initially, but when it's time to ship, therefore charge you, it's going to cancel because that account doesn't exist. It's not real. But anyway, with all due respect, you should definitely delete this. The spread of false information is ridiculous. Start doing better research and stop spreading false information. And you should become more competent of the laws before you decide to teach anyone or sell a service. What's up, my guy? I'm going to be real with you. The old me would have dragged on you. I'm going to be 1,000% honest with you. Loye, if I can call you that, if that's your name, sir, I would have dragged on you. I would have said, you look like a bus driver trying to tell me how to do my job. But I'm not going to say that. What I am going to say is, sir, I paid a lot of money for the education that I've received, and I've gone through a lot of things to have the experience that I have. I am not just somebody with a cell phone making videos, sir. I am a certified financial education instructor. I am a registered financial associate. I am a board certified credit repair specialist. I'm a board certified credit score consultant. I'm a board certified credit specialist, period. I have all of these certifications plus more. You know why? Because I am hell-bent on providing the most accurate information possible for the people who follow my platform, because I am bound by a code of ethics to always tell the truth to y'all, because if I don't, it's going to snatch my certifications, which is a waste of money. And you know what I don't like doing, sir? Wasting my fucking money. So the next time you try to tell me how to do my job, how about you stay in your lane? Okay. I don't come to your job telling y'all what to do, right? So I just don't understand why y'all feel the need to come on my platform and tell me how to do mine. But, that's, crazy me for thinking that people have you read the book. Sir. And I'm reading comments on YouTube. I'm also live on YouTube, y'all. And somebody is talking about, have I read the book? I've read the book. I've read the books. I've watched the interviews. I've read case after case after case. I'm talking full transcriptions of these federal cases to understand why people think this is legit and like where that disconnect was. I've done the work. Y'all just repeating shit that y'all heard on social media. None of y'all put the work in. Let's be clear. Because if you did, you would see exactly what I see, that this is a scam. That this is a multi-billion-dollar scam that has been perpetuating the minority community for decades. And y'all keep falling victim because you failed to do the research yourself. You just keep believing what your sister, cousin, baby mother, little brother asked you, or like that's a legit question, and this is a legit answer. I did the research. Did you? Because if you did, we wouldn't be having this conversation right now. Because if you did, you would have been able to see these documents that I just shared with y'all. You would know the things that I'm saying to you. There's no way that you at your big age are still listening to the shit that people on the internet saying without doing your own research, including myself. Literally everything I say on this platform can be fact checked. Literally. I even be telling y'all exactly where to find it. I'm just saying. But anyway, one thing, the IRS is not a government entity. We already proved that that was a lie, right? All right, check. It's only illegal because people haven't taken control of their estates and their trusts before doing this, which would make it perfectly legal. Actually, no, it wouldn't. Even if you are a trust, what you are failing to understand is the part of the definition, like in the when you go to that, matter of fact, I don't even know why I'm just saying it when I could just like low key show y'all. When you go on irs.gov, you can literally pull up every single document that the IRS issues or that it's available for you to fill out, to include a 1099-C, right? You can pull up a 1099-C and it's going to give you the instructions to fill it out. Now, in the instructions, what it is going to say is that you have to be an applicable financial entity, which I fail to realize is these documents were created by the IRS for the IRS. So of course, they are the ones who are going to dictate what an applicable financial entity is. And just because you are operating inside of a trust, or you are operating a trust, or whatever you want to call it, does not mean that you are an applicable financial entity. Exactly. Actually, it means the opposite. You are not an applicable financial entity. So whatever. I used to think this way. Y'all follow the bureau bullies. Y'all already know. I actually did a video a couple weeks ago. I didn't even know that's who it was, but this guy was going around spitting incorrect information and I corrected him. And I got like 16,000 views on Instagram, which is crazy because I had no idea who this guy was. But apparently he's a part of the bureau bullies. My debt was definitely canceled with this form, and it is not a crime. You are the applicable entity and the IRS is not a government agency. All of that is a lie. First of all, I've never seen the bureau bullies say this specifically. Let me be clear. So I don't know if they said this or not. If they are saying this, they're wrong. Period. There's no other way to go about to say that. They are wrong. And if they, what's making me so mad is that there's so many people who consider themselves to be credit experts and all that stuff, but they don't. And the reason I used to be real dead set against certifications, but now what I'm starting to realize is that they hold people to a certain standard, because in order to keep these certifications, you have to adhere to a code of ethics. And my code of ethics is what prevents me from lying to y'all. That's what prevents me from selling trade lines. That's what prevents me from selling CPNs and things like that, because this is my livelihood, bro. If I lose my certifications, then what? Then what? So I don't know. I don't know if the bureau bullies ever said this, but your debt can, you will get a debt cancellation form in the mail. That is true, but that does not absolve you of the debt that you owe. That does not mean the money is no longer owed. That does not mean the debt no longer exists. What it means is that that company is saying, yo, we're not paying taxes on money we never got, so you pay it. I can fact check. I read it. You and them both make sense. Sir, no, we don't. You can't. There's no way that you believe me and them. Absolutely no way. If you believe them, sir, you don't believe me. That's just what it boils down to. Anyway, back to what we was talking about. The IRS is definitely a government agency. Literally irs.gov. Girl, I have no idea what they talk about. It'd be mind blowing. Right? I'm not talking to y'all like some rich bitch who have never struggled a day in her life and got all of her education through a textbook. I've lived this life. Bro, I literally lived this life. I talk in detail about the experiences that I've had that led me on this journey to financial freedom and helping y'all to get to financial freedom. I'm not just speaking out of textbook, boo. I've lived this. I know what I'm talking about, but whatever. Somebody says she's speaking for the public, not the private. That makes no fucking sense, but continue. As you specified, only if the information is incorrect. I have no idea what she's talking about. But for it to happen, the information has to be correct. If you know consumer law, then you know that this person isn't the debtor, they are the creditor, which give her and her dad the ability to fill this form or any other 1099 form out with free will. Listen, you can fill out whatever the fuck you want. Let's be absolutely clear. When it comes to these 1099 forms, you can fill out whatever you want and send it in. But the fact of the matter is you are not the creditor. You are the debtor. For all intents and purposes, you are the debtor. You owe these people. They don't owe you. You owe them. You signed a contract saying, yo, put me on the hook for this debt. And if I don't pay it, you can go ahead and send that shit to collections. That's literally what y'all say when y'all sign these contracts. If I pay the debt collector, can I get the status to show more favorable somehow on my credit report? So here's the thing. When you want it to appear more favorable, that's something you got to negotiate prior to you paying. Because if you try to negotiate after you paid, you paid. So there's no incentive for them to make that change. You can always ask, but they no longer have an incentive to make that change because they already got what they wanted out of you. They got their money. Now, if with the debt collector, like I said, you can always ask them to, in exchange for either a portion of or all of the money that you want me to pay you, can you stop reporting to the credit bureaus? That will make the account come off as a collection. Now, remember with collections, it doesn't matter if you pay it or don't pay it. The fact that you have a collection reporting is what's costing you points. So that's definitely the best route to go. But you also have to understand that not every company honors pay to deletes, and you definitely want to get that clarification up front. But unfortunately, if you already paid them, there's no incentive for them to make that action. But you can always ask. Now, could you dispute it? Yes. And then if it takes them a while to investigate, obviously the account will come off. But then it'll just repopulate because they have proof not only that the debt was owed, but that you paid it. So, I mean, that's up to you. All right, let's see what's next. All corporations are foreign entities. The Federal Reserve Bureau considers every corporation a bank/financial instrument. Every person that is born is not a corporation or foreign entity. So therefore, that point don't make sense. The IRS is not government. They're a separate entity. Boo, tomatoes, tomatoes. Maybe she took the jab. It might have knocked some marbles loose. You talking about the COVID shot? Please, please suck your mother at this point. Like, 15 USC 3123. What you said didn't make sense when I read it. Make me understand it. Sorry, first of all, it's not my motherfucking job to make you understand a motherfucking thing. You can go on somebody else's platform with that because now you're making me angry. You are being willfully obtuse. I'm literally sitting here and telling you how what y'all are sitting here telling people to do on social media is illegal. And you sitting here telling me in my face, like, no, it's not. Prove it. Like, what? What? Nothing y'all said makes legal sense. There are literally lawyers. There's case law after case law after case law that shows you where the federal court has openly fucking said that this is a waste of court resources. This is not a valid defense. That I call that type war post-trauma. What? Bro. Like, so if the account now has a balance, okay. This is a good question, actually. So if the account now has a balance of $0, will it still have a negative impact on my credit report? If it's a collection, yes, because again, you lose points for having a collection report no matter what the balance is. They don't care if you pay it or not. The point is you had an account in collections. So even if you get it down to $0, yes, you're not getting any points back just because you paid it. I'm here to understand it from you. No, you're not here to understand it from me because I never said I was going to break that down. So I don't know. I guess you're not. I guess you're in the wrong place. You must have made a left when you should have made a right because that's not what we're here to talk about. You not one time did you ever hear me say that I was breaking down 15 USC 3123. Not one time did you hear me say that. Sorry. Anyway, back to the YouTube comments. You don't fill it out. The trustee fills it out on behalf of you, the beneficiary. That makes no sense. Literally from the definition of what a 1099-C and the instructions that the IRS issued, that makes absolutely no sense. So next, just make sure the financial institution fills out the paperwork as they are the trustee and you are the beneficiary. Again, that makes no sense. We are all private bankers. She needs to read more and or call and have that much needed conversation with the IRS. Please, please, I will give my paycheck to anybody who can call the IRS, right? Anybody who can call the IRS today, tomorrow, whatever, and record the entire conversation and ask them that as a trust, if you operate in a trust, can you then fill out a 1099-C to cancel your own debt? Go ahead, call them. Call them. And I guarantee they're going to be looking at you like you're fucking crazy. You cannot cancel your own debt. I don't get what y'all don't understand about that. No matter how many ways I say it, the answer is still the same. As the debtor, you cannot cancel your own debt. It doesn't matter if you claim your straw man. It doesn't matter if you're operating in a trust. None of that matters. You are the debtor. You signed the contract. You owe that money. Somebody said, none of these guys show nothing about their real life. No, they sit here and they be on social media and they be talking to y'all. Oh my God. I see it everywhere. They be talking about peace and blessings, kings and queens, right? They the people who used to be like Grand Rising on Clubhouse. I'm gonna be real with y'all. Like they purport themselves to have such an amazingly fabulous, rich life. And a lot of them, the only way, one, if they are rich, they got rich off the backs of y'all because y'all want what they got so bad that you're willing to pay them thousands of dollars to get it when you really could have been using that thousands of dollars to pay off the debt. But go figure. And then a lot of them aren't rich. They just purport in that lifestyle on social media so that they can push their courses and their help and their coaching or whatever it is that they're offering. But all right, whatever. Anyway, so what she's missing is you have to become a secured creditor first. She said, even if you consider yourself a creditor, there's plenty of people who have done this with no problems. Again, how many people you know in your life committed a crime and got away with it? Raise your hand. Like any of y'all know people like that? Because I do. I've seen people on this app charging $1K to teach the strawman stuff. They swear by it. I know it's cap though. Absolutely. Just because somebody committed a crime does not always mean they're going to be caught. But if y'all keep calling yourself out, I'm going to keep calling the state's attorney general's office. Because let me tell y'all something. I'm a snitch. When it comes to me and my reputation, I'm going to tell on you to make sure my reputation is intact. Because since you want to play with fire, since you're so fucking sure that this is true, that this is legit, so I'm going to just call the police. And then we're going to see what they think. Right? Don't do the crime if you ain't willing to do the time. No, we don't like that. All right, then. Stop getting on my post and telling people about the crimes y'all committing. Jump in their inbox and do that. Don't do that on my post because now I'm getting upset. And honestly, it's not even the comments that upset me. I guess let me elaborate on that. Like, why is she so riled up about this shit, right? It's the DMs I'm getting, the threats I'm getting in my emails, people commenting on other videos and on other things that I'm on, telling people that I'm not to be trusted. I'm an agent. I'm this, I'm that. First of all, if you want to talk about me, come correct, right? I'm not a bitch. I'm the bitch. Okay. I've been featured in USA Today 3 times. I've been on the news a bunch of times. I'm literally listed. Like, I literally get put inside of some sort of article, something once a month. Never fails. I'm being quoted as a subject matter expert. I've been in Business Insider. Like, I'm not just say shit. Everything that I say on this platform can be backed up. Have I said incorrect things? Yep. And I got on here and I in front of the same people I posted that first video in front of, I post that second video in front of, letting them know exactly what I got wrong, where I was wrong, and why I was wrong. I have no problem admitting when I'm wrong, admitting my faults, because I'm human. But this right here, illegal as fuck. There's nothing you can say to me that's going to convince me otherwise. I don't care what y'all say. They haven't been honest with us. They just want to sell paper that never worked. No, for real. Anyway, somebody said you have to do a UCC filing to become a secured party creditor. I showed y'all all of the documents that they say, oh, if you fill this out this particular way, this is what will happen. Like, that's not true. So, guys, just keep scrolling. She has no idea what she's talking about. I do. You know, I just hate that people who not in this lane have never worked a finance job a day in their life, don't know nothing about personal finance, nothing, right? Trying to tell me how to do my job. Because then when I come to y'all job and tell y'all how to do a job, I'm gonna be mad if you even got a job. But that's neither here nor there. Only the bank can send the 1099-C forms out. You can use the 1099-C, but you cannot process the 1099-C. Only the bank can. Actually, it's not illegal because the public law it's filed under is still in effect. America is a registered corporation registered in the state of Delaware. This is basically being able to charge things off to the corporation. What? Because they put you in debt when you were born. I wouldn't have believed it until I seen my mom's original birth certificate. It literally had a bank name and symbol on the back along with an account number. Let me tell y'all something. Y'all keep believing these motherfuckers that don't got no pictures on their YouTube channels. There's no credibility behind that name that they're using to post under. Y'all keep listening to them people if you want to. I'm just going to be real with y'all. Like, at this point, I don't even got to keep scrolling because it's like literally all there. Uncle Ruckus niece in real life. That one was funny, low-key. We aren't debtors. We are the creditors. That's not true. Trust is a financial institution. It's actually considered a bank. However, it's not an applicable financial entity, which is what the IRS specifically says you need to be in order for you to legally fill out this form. Okay, sis, so PayPal credit sent me a 1099-C. What the fuck do I do with it? They canceled the debt. Why I need to report it? Am I being forced to pay them back through my taxes? No, that's not what happened when you get a 1099-C. When you get that 1099-C, what they're saying is, look, we're not paying taxes on money you never gave us. So now you got to pay taxes on it since you never gave it to us. It's now considered income because it never left your household. That is what they're saying when they send you this 1099-C. A specific financial company is the key. Are you a secured party creditor? That doesn't matter. I'm going to just go ahead and stop right there. It doesn't matter if you're a secured party creditor because that's not an applicable financial entity. What y'all fail to realize is that the IRS made these documents, right? So the IRS determines who can use these documents. So if the IRS say, hey, you can't use these documents, guess what? Nothing you say is going to make you able to use these documents. That's just what that was. You in jail for this video. Your mother should go to jail for having you. Y'all gonna stop playing with me. I am not these other people. Let me go back because I think we should start there. Y'all must got me fucked up. Hello. For those of you who have never met me before, my name is Markia Brown. I'm a certified financial education instructor and a registered financial associate. For the last 2 years, I've been using social media to educate, inspire, and motivate minority communities into taking their financial power back, right? So that y'all can live the life you want to live with the knowledge you're supposed to have, right? The shit we were never supposed to be taught. Like, I'm literally using social media to connect you guys to these resources, these people, and just, even myself to ensure that you all are getting the most accurate information possible. With that being said, this is my passion project, right? This is not my primary means of income. So you know what? I have no problem telling y'all the truth. I have no problem shaking the table because it's not going to fuck up a paycheck for me. Understand? This is a passion project. I'm 100% retired military, total and permanent. And I also have a full-time job. So I'm really not interested in lying to get a couple clients because whether or not I get those couple of clients who believe that shit, my bills are paid, right? My bills are paid. And so that gives me a unique perspective when it comes to a lot of this stuff like CPNs and 1099s and the whole strawman thing, because I am not beholden to my audience. Does that make sense? I do not have to keep lying to y'all to keep y'all coming. I don't mind telling the truth and pissing people off in the process, because the truth will set you free. I would rather y'all be mad at me for the truth than y'all be in jail behind me because of a lie. At the end of the day, that's what it boils down to. I don't look good in orange, boo, so I'm not about to go to jail. I don't have millions of dollars to pay in fines, which is what a lot of these companies end up having to do, because they're not following the guidelines like the Credit Repair Organizations Act. For those of you who didn't know, credit repair is a regulated industry. The Credit Repair Organizations Act outlines what credit repair organizations are allowed and are not allowed to do to consumers. So if you didn't know nothing about that, you might want to go look at it, because for all of those selling trade lines and selling CPNs and stuff like that, 100% that violates the Credit Repair Organizations Act, and you can be fined, your business shut down, and low-key you can even go to jail on a RICO charge, depending on how long you've been doing this and how much money you've been making, right? But oh shit, this hurt a little bit. There we go. I didn't even realize I still had a twist, two-strand twist in. There we go. I said all that to say this. Like, I'm not here for games. I'm not here to waste my time. I spend a lot of money, energy, effort, love into what I do. I love what I do. I love helping people. I love spreading the knowledge. I love connecting with other creators in this space, people that I respect, people who have walked the path similar to mine or walked the path different than mine, but all of us are coming together to try to create a better place for those of us who normally would be excluded from these personal finance conversations. What I don't need in these spaces is for people who look like me to attack me because your beliefs are different. It's fine. You can believe whatever you want. Go do that shit on somebody else's platform. Don't come in here with your disrespect, your lies, and spreading that shit on my platform. Oh, God. Have you sat down with one of those other credit people that's teaching the wrong thing? You should sit down and have a back and forth. I don't need to have a back and forth. Why do I need to do that? I'm not interested. I'm not interested in a back and forth. Do you know why? Because these people sit here and they plug their phones up and they go on social media in front of the world and they say these things like, well, you know, the FCRA says you don't have to pay any of these things back. So because you took initiative and you thought that was a good idea, I am now going to use that same platform to not only show you where you were wrong, but to tell you how to do it the right way. I don't have to sit down and have a conversation with you because you did not sit down and have a conversation with anybody before you posted that, clearly. Do you see what I'm saying? When you guys purport yourselves to be experts, when you get on here and say, I'm going to be an influencer, I'm going to be a content creator, you are now, you have a responsibility to your audience. You have, you have to, if you're going to be a trusted person, you got to make them trust you. You have to make yourself trustworthy. Lying and shit ain't going to do that. Scheming and scamming ain't going to do that. That's it. I mean, look, I went through the YouTube comments, y'all. I've shown y'all legal documents that show. I'll even bring that back up again in case y'all think I'm lying about people who really go to jail. And you can look up these right here. You can look up all of these right here. You can even, I use different case law websites to look at federal and state cases where people have used the strawman theory or sovereignty or the redemptionist theory also, as it's referred to, as their defense, especially for like appeals. You really see it in the Court of Appeals. But like I did all that, and you can search all of this stuff up yourself if you think that I'm lying. And this is what people getting hit with. These are the years that people get: 5 years, 10 years, 30 years, 20 years. The fines are ridiculous. Like I see how you, man. I really don't. And you don't got to believe me either. That's fine too. But one thing y'all not going to do is use my platform to spread your poison, because I'm a clap back every time. I'm going to clap back every single time. I don't care. I got nothing better to do. Let's go. Like I always say, we can fight in the comments. That's cool. I don't care. All right, bet. Cool beans. Anyway, that was really all I had scheduled to talk to y'all today. Because like when I say that the comments are getting a little bit out of control, low key. In the past like 2 weeks, I think I've gotten like 50 new comments on that video on YouTube, as well as about 10 to 15 new comments on a similar video on TikTok. And I don't know why it's getting more traction. I don't know what Facebook group y'all talk about me in, because all of y'all coming in the comments and saying the same thing. So y'all coming from somewhere. But like I said, y'all, please tell that shit, say that shit for somebody who's gonna believe it. For a bitch that want to hear it. That's what it boils down to. Because I don't believe it. I don't subscribe to it. And I got evidence to back it up. What you got? Because it's a lot of semantics. People who know the that was another one I wanted to talk about, the definition of a credit card. Because a girl just commented on my video and said that if you were really a credit specialist, you would know the definition of a credit card and you would know that your social security card is a credit card. I've done a video about this on TikTok, bro. I've done videos about this on YouTube where I talk about the definition. I think it's an actual YouTube video and not a short where I broke down why your social security card. Matter of fact, yes, I did. Let me see if I can find it. I have an actual video where I talk about how your social security card is not a credit card. Videos. Here it is right here. Let's see. Yep. Here it is. 3 months ago. What's the name of the video? Can you use your social security card as a credit card? That is the name of the video. And in that video, I break down the definition of an actual credit card, the definition of your social security number, and why your social security number and your social security card is absolutely positively not a credit card. And you can't use it as such. Pause. Sorry, I'm not about to watch that commercial. How can I start learning about financial literacy and maybe become a certified financial advisor? I am not a financial advisor. In order to become a financial advisor, it requires a whole lot more. But honestly, start reading books. Start going to classes up at the local community college. Start doing things like that. I'm a certified financial education instructor, or CFEI. I got that certification from the National Financial Educators Council, or the NFEC, but there are other organizations that offer similar certifications. There's a lot of certifications in the personal finance space, depending on what you want to do. And there are a lot of institutions that offer these trainings that can get you certified in these things. Actually, shout out to the people that I met last week at MilMoneyCon, which is the Military Money Convention, out in Nashville, Tennessee. I cannot wait for you guys to check my official review where I break down everything about the convention, what I truly thought about it and the experience, because this was my first time going, but their second year here. But again, there are a lot of different ways you can go, or a lot of different lanes you can take in the personal finance space. So just research. And experience is the best teacher. I'm not saying experience something and then consider yourself an expert and start teaching people, but experience can definitely be the catalyst that leads you to getting that education. And it was for me, and it's worked out for me. I genuinely love what I do. Even though I seem like I'm all angry and all that stuff, it's literally just because I'm passionate. I got me a CPN and about to run it up. Somebody tag the IRS. Somebody tag the FBI. Y'all be doing too much. And that's exactly what I'm about to start doing. I'm about to start being so childish. I'm about to start tagging the FBI every time because I'm sick of y'all. So not funny, haha, funny, weird. But all right, I'm closing in on an hour. I got 10 minutes left. If y'all got any more credit money questions y'all want to ask before I jump off of here, it's really been a while since I've been live. Like I said, I haven't been live with you guys since I moved to LA. I made it. For those of you who didn't know, I've been here for about a month now. This fool said they legal. I'm good. Got jobs and loans. You literally just admitted to a federal crime on social media, sir, or ma'am, whoever you are. That's literally a crime. Using anything other than your social security number on an application for a loan is considered bank fraud. Y'all wild. Y'all way too comfortable disclosing the crimes that you all committing on social media. Way too comfortable. Because let me tell y'all something. If I commit a crime, I ain't telling no fucking body. But everything's going good. Last week I spoke at MilMoneyCon. That's why I was there. I did a presentation, as well as I did the power coaching for those who had the power passes, which was really cool, talking about using social media for your business, especially as a financial institution, or if you are in the financial space, which was really cool, because obviously that's what I do. I met some really, really cool people. Shout out to the Spare Change podcast and Dawson and Brand Freelance Cool, Melanie, Melissa, Kirby, Simon, Brandon, like the other Brandon. But man, I met some really cool people. I can't wait for you guys to hear the Mill MoneyCon review. I got one. Here you go. This man keeps spitting 15 US 3 31 23. Okay, what about it? Break it down for me since you got your degree and you know every fucking thing. Go ahead, break it down for me, sir, since you know everything. Tell me what is 15 USC 3123. Tell me why I'm wrong, sir. Come on. Quick. Y'all are funny. Come on. What's 15 USC 3123 again? What is it? Go ahead. Because I cannot wait to bust this bubble. I was trying to spare you and not say anything, but okay. Oh, cool. Sorry, I'm checking my email. I don't know if he is or isn't typing. I don't really care. Yeah. I need you to do it for me because my understanding is their way and their way is crazy to me. I have no idea what you're saying. You don't need me to. Okay, sir. All right, I'm ignoring you now because, yeah. Anyway. In other news, I tried to entertain it and you ain't do shit for me. But low key, that was all I had for y'all. I got like 5 minutes. Y'all got any other questions or anything like that before I knock out? Going once, going twice. Oops, I did not know. Or I knew and I forgot. That's what it was. Damn. I appreciate you. Thank you. Y'all are so welcome. Listen, it's been a while since I've been live, and low-key, I needed to test my connection, as well as I got a new microphone for my computer. And it's a lot of stuff that I'm kind of reworking in the background. So this was fun. I really just need to kind of sit down with you guys again. We'll definitely do like a more structured live and stuff soon. There's a podcast coming. If you have not subscribed to my Substack, please click the link in my bio on TikTok. Subscribe to my Substack. I was also nominated for Best Credit Repair Advice by Debt.com for their first ever FinTalk Awards. So if you guys haven't voted, please make sure you guys go vote for me using the link in my bio. What else? Oh, last month I was nominated for Best Financial Influencer by the Money Awareness Inclusion Awards. What's up, JR Saxophonic? I won't know if I won that until the 17th. So cross your fingers and stuff for me when the awards happen, because I'm gonna be watching it live with y'all. So even if I lose, I'll be honest, I'm amongst great company in that, Kevin, Anthony, who y'all see me, I'm on his show all the time about that wallet. There's a lot of really, really good creators and influencers who are in that category. So, man, that's tough. Like, oh, thank you, JR. That's pretty cool. And even in this, with Debt.com's FinTalk Awards, they have some really, really dope people in all of the categories. So definitely check out everybody that's on the list, but vote for me, right? All right. Right. How can I get a course for you? Who can I get a fourth for you? I don't have a course. I don't have a course set up. If you are interested in credit repair services, that's one thing, and that's a separate thing. If you want financial analysis, that's something else. My platform is strictly for education. I just want to teach. I want to reach as many people as possible. I do live webinars every so often. Let's go. How to discharge the debt using the 1099-C. You can't. You missed the whole shit. You missed the whole shit. For those of you who missed the live or missed any part of the live, as soon as I log out, it will be available on YouTube at THEE Money Plug, or you can search Markia B, aka the Money Plug. and it'll pop right up. All of my lives that I do, they're all saved on there. You'll see my shorts on there as well as some other long form videos on there. I have content. I'm on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Pinterest, Twitch. I'm everywhere you guys are. You can also email me. You guys can email me. My email has been going down across the bottom of your screen. If you're on TikTok, you guys can't really see it. I don't know what was going on today with the setup, but my email address is Markia B, so MARKIA, and the letter B as in boy, at themoneyplug.co. So if you guys got questions, you can go ahead and shoot me an email. I don't mind answering like one question, but if you're about to send me a whole paragraph and a couple of pictures that ask me for like a detailed breakdown, you're going to have to schedule an appointment because that's just going to take up too much of my time. Again, thank you all so much for all the support over the last 2 years. Like literally, life's great. I'm trying to say that. I apologize. Oh, okay. So no, I don't offer a course. Everybody keeps telling me I need to do one, so I guess coming soon. I keep saying I'm gonna work on one, and then I never go through with it simply because of the fact that it takes a lot. And again, this is a passion project. I don't want it to feel like a burden, so I don't do courses, but I do live workshops where I break down certain aspects of personal finance, like protections, credit repair, credit building, stuff like that. So if you subscribe to my emails, you will be like the first to know about any new classes that I'm going to be doing, any speaking engagements I'll be having, and all kinds of stuff like that. So, oh, boom, I hit the 1 hour mark. Sir, you're about to schedule a 15 US. You know what? For $200, sir, if you schedule that hour, we can sit down and talk about it. But I also think you really need to look at what you're typing, because I don't think you're typing with you, and you look foolish to keep typing it in the comments. So please stop. But if you want to pay $200 to have that conversation, we can have whatever conversation you want to have after you pay. Okay? I'm out. Y'all know what I always say. Live every day like it's your last, but pay your bills and wear condoms just in case it's not. Be careful talking to strangers on the internet. Trust but verify, meaning you can listen to what I say all day, and it's amazing if you feel like you can trust me, but please go verify the information that I'm saying to you, and verify that it fits your situation. Every piece of advice, every tip, every solution that we offer here on social media may not fit you because your situation may be different. A lot of us are speaking from experience and or education, and sometimes that don't fit your specific situation. So always your specific situation into account, and take every piece of advice with a grain of salt. You guys enjoy the rest of your night. And I will be seeing you soon. Bye. I'm out.